Hey guys, today in class we're going to keep on finding the least common multiple, but this time we'll take 3 numbers. There are frequently tasks that require you to determine the least common multiple of 3 given numbers. And when you finally learn how to find the least common multiple for 2 numbers, you start getting confused, like which factors to write, what needs to be multiplied by each other in order to find the least common multiple. So let's consider a basic example and take into account the following numbers: 2, 4, and 15. These numbers will serve as a basis for our analysis. And let's discover the least common multiple. Once again, I am not going to utilize that method we are using to go through these common multiples. I am going to utilize the technique of factoring because this particular method will assist you in the future when working with algebraic expressions. All right, let's recall this method. So what's a 2? A 2 is just 2 multiplied by 1 and nothing else. So 2 is equal to 2 times 1. Let's leave it as it is. 4. 4 is 2 times 2. So 4 is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 because 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 2 squared. Why am I stressing the significance of note-taking in class? Because it makes it easier to select the highest level of education. Moving on, the number 15. 15 is just 5 times 3. So 15 is equal to 5 times 3. All right, we're done with the breakdown, and now we're finding the least common multiple for 3 numbers, 2, 4, and 15. So let's not forget, it is imperative that we meticulously record all the factors, each and every one, gentlemen, of this particular number, as well as of this number, and also of this number, taking into account the highest power associated with each factor. All right, let's take a look. I've got a solid C here. She's in the first degree, right? So 2 to the power of 1. Nevertheless, I have 2 to the power of 2, so I represent it as 2 squared in writing. So I opt for the number with the highest power out of these 2 numbers in order to make my selection. So it turns out 2 to the power of 2. Next, multiply. All right, I'm done with these numbers. I have additional factors, 5 and 3. Because I did not record these factors, I'm simply going to improvise and rewrite them. Well, now that I've rewritten everything, all I have left to do is multiply. 4 times 5 and times 3. So in the end, it turns out to be 60. Of course, we need to check if we're right about finding this least common multiple, you know. Let's write it down. 2, 4, 15, and let's write down the least common multiple of these numbers. That's 60, just checking, 60. Does 60 divide by 2? Yes, of course it does. It will be 30 flat, and that is good. So, that is good, that is correct. Moving on to the next topic, divide 60 by 4. We divide 60 by 4, that's 15. All gone, good. Lastly, divide 60 by 15.
60.
I divide by 15 and I get 4. And the same number is divisible without a remainder. And in the event that it divides evenly in every single case, then our ultimate answer will be 60 in all instances. Essentially, our goal is to locate a number that can be evenly divided without any remainder or fractional parts. Sure, I can try a different approach, and let's write it down. The numbers are 2, 4, and 15. And it is important to recall that I always opt for the highest number among them. What is the largest number present in this location? Well, obviously it is the number 15. And what am I supposed to do? I made a choice of 15. Now I divide 15 by 2. I end up with 7 and I have a remainder of 1. You see, we already have a leftover. All right, I ain't gonna check this number. It ain't gonna work, this number. So what do I do next? I multiply 15 by 2. As a result, I have 30. I'm checking out this number. On 2, I have 30, checking this number out. Let's write it down here. I divide 30 by 2 and it will be 15. That's awesome. I divide 30 by 4, but I get 7 with a remainder of 2. So the number 30 doesn't work for me either. Then I have 15, which means I took the first step. Then I took the second step. Now I'm taking the third step. I multiply 15 by 3 and it will be 45. So let's check. I performed the division of 45 by 2. The result of dividing 45 by 2 is 22 with a remainder of 1. When there's a remainder, it means this number is not suitable. Okay, time for the fourth act now. Let's proceed. 15 times 4 equals 60. Of course, guys, there's no need to write this down. So you're multiplying in your mind and checking. But I'm showing you that it's really true. 15 multiplied by 4 will be 60. I gotta check if 60 is divisible by 2, 15 and 4. However, I have already verified it and it is functioning correctly for me. Therefore, the least common multiple will be 60. You see, this way it's more practical, it's faster. So you don't write down this whole thing, but you just do it in your head. Familiarize yourself with this type of calculation and finding the LCM. That's it for today. Goodbye. Until next time.